the feeling he's really enjoying himself out there. He rarely smiles, but I bet he's purring.
Game FEDERER.
He's having a rare old time out there.
FEDERER leads 4 games to 1, second set, and 1 set to love.
You mentioned the bounce and the hard court. Is that particularly good for someone like Rafa?
I think the higher the bounce, the better it is for the baseline players altogether, because they have a better timing on their ground strokes. In particular, Rafa has got a very extreme grip and a lot of topspin. And when the ball is too low, he sometimes can't get under the ball. But the same goes for Djokovic. The same goes for everybody that likes to play powerful tennis from the baseline. The higher the bounce, the easier it is to hit.
If you were inside his head, what would you be telling Lajovic right now?
Go back to basics. You know, this is a game that you understand how to play. Just I don't see him moving comfortably. You know, movement is an underrated quality on the grass court. Most players are not comfortable because they don't feel well on the grass, coming from the clay. And grass is very particular. You slide away, and you have to consistently move your feet to be in the right position. I don't find Lajovic doing that. There's a movement.
Game Finland.
Tennis is first and foremost a game of balance. Got to find the right balance and how to move.
You hardly notice how Federer moves.
And that's his real strength, is the movement, that he gets to the ball very comfortably, and once you get to the ball, you can hit it. And I compare him sometimes, to one of the great ballet dancers, where it looks so easy to them. They're on their toes and they know exactly what to do with their bodies. The best ones do that.
13-15.
A little mild rebuke of himself there from Federer. Lajovic probably thought he was on top of the rally when he played that previous shot.
Look at his footwork here, all those little steps. Put himself in a position to hit again.
That's it.
One double each now.
Advantage, Federer.
The forehand slice return drop shot I haven't seen often, quite frankly.
For once, the great man wrong-footed.
Youth.
In the old days, we should have said, we could have said chalk dust, but it's no longer chalk dust. It has a different material. I'm actually not familiar with the name of it, but it's...
I'll call it chalk.
Call it chalk, yeah.
Game, Lajovic.
Good to see. Plenty of support
Games to
for him. Crowd sympathetic. His entourage encouraging. Not an encouraging scoreline. Again, the movement to the ball.
15 love.
But Lajovic looks a little bit better, a bit more confident in his ground strokes. Second serve.
30 love.
He's really showing all aspects of his game today because he can. You have matches when you know you gotta have your A game and nothing else. And you have matches where you practice maybe you even C game or D game. That's what it looks like.
Game, Federer.
How good is this?
Federer leads 5 games to 2, second set, and 1 set to love.
Can we judge? Obviously, there isn't much in the way of opposition here. It is a cakewalk for Roger Federer. Can we judge how well he's playing?
Not really yet, to be fair. Roger was always the clear-cut favorite, but Lajovic is not one of the great players on grass. On clay or even hardcore would be a different story. So you can't really tell yet how good Roger is, but we can say though is that he's happy to be back. He has a lot of fun out there. He looks good. So that's the good news. But you can't really say that what happens if he plays a Cilic now. You don't know. But this is early stages in the tournament. There's the first round. This is the Federer family.
Mum and Dad talking to the chairman of the club, Holbrook.
Yeah. So they're enjoying this Monday afternoon as much as their son. And Mirka is talking as well.
To the girls.
Yeah.
Must be great for them.
Imagine growing up being children of Roger Federer.
Mr. Lajovic is trying to call on the left baseline.
Yes, I'm going to tennis, see my dad play tennis.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Is it?
And now 15. 15 all. Mr. LAJOVIC has one challenge remaining.
Lajovic picked up his game a little bit.
30-15.
Plays better now.
Just slightly slow to that. It's surprising because he's 6 foot, is Lajovic. Amazing physical specimen. It looks like he could be a gymnast.
He doesn't get any free points of his serve, and that worries him. Usually on grass, you get many points just by having a good first serve.
Just sometimes it doesn't go his way.
No, obviously now he takes a lot of risk and just almost plays careless tennis.
Advantage, LAJOVIC.
He forces Federer to serve out for this second set, but hardly feel the pressure.
Second set.
Let's see, always serving for a set. It's a little bit of added pressure. You see him taking a bit more time now.
15.
But not to worry.
Nearly 2 sets old. He's dropped just 2 points when the first serve's gone in. As good a return as he's made.
13-15.
Wonderful set from Roger Federer. Pushed a little more, but he just turned on the afterburners. He's 2 sets to the good.
2 sets to the new balls, please.
Let's have a look at the stats in detail. So LAJOVIC getting a lot of first serves in. It's the second serve that's the problem for him, but his biggest problem is the guy he's playing.
Yeah, very much so. If you see the stats on Roger's first serve points, 194%, and even the second serve point, 56, it's very high. And then the total amount of winners, 16-4. Overall points, 133-21, so there's a class or 2 difference between these players now.
It's a great twirler of the racket. Another skill.
I must say I have to get used to the new logos on his shirt. I'm so used to the other one that I keep looking at it.
Can you imagine the money involved in that logo?
No.
Time.
It's the 9th time he's opened up on these manicured lawns. 8 times as champion, and once when Rafa was injured, he was the substitute. Too much for some. Just a moment.
Well, Lajovic was playing better now. He should continue to where he left it off in the second set. Just really concentrate on that first service game, hold serve, get into the match a little bit more than he has been.
Let. First service.
Yes, well done. And a smile between the two of them. That's good to see. Thought he might overrun that. Land up in the net, but he put the brakes on. There's the smile between the two of them. Have to just put that shot away. Delay as he played that.
Yeah, he didn't have his footing set. He was still in the air when the ball was coming back, and that's what I meant with balance. You got to balance your feet first before you can hit the ball. Come on now, Dujan, you need that game. I know him very well. From my days with Djokovic, he's a fine sportsman, great guy, good player to practice with, good sense of humor.
He's opening his shoulders, going for it a bit more, but just missed there, and here's another break point. Remember, Federer broke early on in the second set, and that set the pattern.
Game, Federer.
And it happens again, and it feels like the beginning of the end now for Dusan Lajovic.
First game, third set.
Yes, Lajovic's stats kind of make you predict what's going to happen here. He's never beaten a top 5 player.
He was overly close at the French Open playing against Sasha Zverev, where he had him 2-1. It would have been his first win.
Yes.
But the German came back in 5.
Biggest win he's had was in Madrid just a few months ago, where he went in as the qualifier and beat Del Potro, who was the number 6 seed there. On clay, of course. That was a terrific one.
Roger here with the old forehand slice out of the bag. We talked about difference between practice and matches. And if you see LAJOVIC practice, you think he's a top 15 player. He's that good in practice. The ground strokes, beautiful swung, the serve, the movement, everything. And then when the match comes, the mind kicks in. And that's the explanation why some players are better in matches and others better in practice.
And it's a recurring theme, it seems.
Most players are better in practice, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And now he's really in cruise control.
Loud 15.
Beautiful shot, but the trouble is they're few and far between. A rare miss on that cross-court forehand. He just can't string them together.
He's complaining about his forehand and his gestures with his coach and his corner here. And I've seen happier faces too.
That he went for it, having said that he wasn't happy with his forehand.
Yeah, but even on that first one, you know, Roger just barely got the racket on. He could have come in. A real grass court player would take an advantage of this easy put of a volley. He has to hit another one 3/4 feet behind the baseline. So you're increasing your chances.
So LAJOVIC gets on the scoreboard in this third set.
2 games to 1, third set, and 2 sets to love.
This is the place to be, of course, but plenty going on outside. And they're not having a bad time, are they?
No. And their drinks, sunscreen. What a day out. SW19. Not really a cloud in the sky. And it's suppose Murphy's Law. You build the best tennis roofs in the world, and then you get a heat wave. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And from all accounts, it won't be used this week, but it's certainly paid its way in the last few years. So there were some shoots of promise in the last game. Can you build on that?
Finally, we have to hit the hour mark. Hour and 4 minutes of play.
Net. First service.
Still have a long day ahead of us.
15 left.
But not for Federer if he keeps playing like that.
And you're right, because he plays so quickly. Between points, the rallies aren't long.
13.
He's in masterful form. This could be over in an hour and 20 minutes, which even by Roger's standards is very short.
Very short. Maybe he wants to play this afternoon with his kids. He's got 4 of them. I mean, they never see much because he plays so much tennis. So maybe he wants to take this opportunity, spend more time with them.
Game final.
Too strong.
So they are loving it. Not totally concentrated on Dad, but hey, we're having a good time.
Especially with they have my girlfriend here.
I'm just checking.
Again, we saw that block back and return by Roger, just really stepping into the court and being already inside the baseline. See what he does now.
Oh! 13-15.
Still not really comfortable on the forehand side. He opens his upper body too early. I would tell him if I were his coach. Loses his position too early. No, he's playing a bit too fast as well.
Chance for another break.
LAJOVIC.
That was a good point from LAJOVIC. Excellent second serve, and he backed it up well.
And Roger got to be too cute with the backhand cross court. He really played one from the galleries.
it's all about. And Lajovic did pick his game up a bit there.
FEDERER leads 3 games
mistakes,
to 2.
and it is 3-2.
And 2 sets to love.
Do you ever believe that you can have too easy an opening match?
Not at his stage of his career. You know, when you're up and coming and you're touted as the next big thing, yes, that's a danger if you win too easy. You start to believe the hype, but not Roger. He knows where he's at. He knows what he has to do to bring himself into position in a Grand Slam. So he's going to take any easy matches he can get at this stage.
He's only had 4 tour level matches on grass. There's only won 4 tour level matches on grass. Lost in the second round to Antalya, to Nicholas Basilashvili in his warm-up for here.
Time.
He's being firmly put in his place here to get to the semi-final in Lyon earlier in the year. Lost to Dominic Thiem, as I said, quarter-finalist in Madrid. On a challenger at Lugosier, but this is different. Federer on the centre court.
Yeah, and these great tournament results were on clay, so I think that's his best surface when he has more time. Grass seems a little quick for him. And Roger's mindset gotta be, you know, I'm 2 sets to love, break up in the third, let's just cruise, let's finish this one and take it home. Another amazing stat of Federer is that he only lost in the first round of a Grand Slam the last time in 2003, 15 years ago.
Out. 30-15.
It was Roland Garros. Lewis Horner was the man who beat him then.
Yeah, and his longevity, you know how many Grand Slams he's played, and the last year he was open, it was his 71st Grand Slam. Obviously Wimbledon now 73rd.
Oh! 14-15. Game FEDERER.
Again, fraction slow getting out there.
Having said that, obviously he won Wimbledon in 2012 and it took him another 5 years to win his next one. So the doubters were loud, the noises were clear to hear. Roger, most importantly, believes himself. He kept at it and now could add another few majors to his collection.
Smile for Federer. He wanted that. I mean, Nadal's won a ridiculous 11 Roland Garroses. It's not inconceivable that Federer could win 11 here.
Well, between the two of them, I think anything is possible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. They're just two phenomenons of our sport. Can't praise them long enough and loud enough. And one day it's over, and we only truly will appreciate them once they won't play anymore, because nowadays, you know, we take it for granted. There's going to be a real void in men's tennis without the two.
his standards, that was special.
30-15.
Good on Lajovic of sticking with it, just
game LAJOVIC.
winning game by game.
Hold serve relatively comfortably there, but still trails by a break.
FEDERER leads 4 games to 3. First set and 2 sets to love.
There's so many ifs in sport, but if Lajovic here had started serving better at the start and just got into the match, it might have been different. Not that different, but it might have been more competitive.
Yeah, it would be a different result, but it's nobody has played on Wimbledon Centre Court before the opening match, so you can't practice on it. You don't know the bounce, you don't know the vision, you can't know the atmosphere, and it takes players that are not used to these big courts a while until they play their game, and that means they're usually down a set or two. So yes, he's playing a lot better now because he's played on it for an hour and 15. This is such a different court than any court in the world. And you at first you're overwhelmed by it. You're not comfortable. You're almost scared because it is the most famous court in the world. And everybody, the draw comes out a couple of days ago. Everybody tells you, yeah, you're opening Monday 1 o'clock against FEDERER. So he must have felt the last 2 days, and it showed. It's he's human. He's got feelings. Yeah, he's playing a little bit better. But Roger does what he does best, wins the next point. If he wouldn't have come to the net, that would have been a difficult return.
40-15.
So well.
FEDERER leads 5 games to 3.
Change of racket. So Lajovic, after just an hour and a quarter, serving to stay in the match. holding serve so much easier now.
But Roger's taking no prisoners on the return. He goes full out.
Game LAJOVIC. New ball, please.
Almost an ovation for LAJOVIC because they get to see Federer for at least one more game.
FEDERER leads 5 games to 4. Third set and 2 sets to love.
But they mustn't get greedy. It's likely only to be one more game. But we've seen him in terrific form. He looks good. As Boris was saying, we don't know how good because he hasn't been pushed, but it's been lovely to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. He couldn't ask for a better opening match so far. Obviously, he still has to serve it out, but in an hour, 25 minutes now, he looks healthy. I think that's most important for him. And in form, he had a number of good grass court matches leading up to the championships.
It's obviously the right decision, him missing out on the clay. He showed it last year. He's likely to show it this year. When he first did it last year, I thought, I'm not sure you can do that, but better
time.
You're right. I mean, that was absolutely your opinion, but I think it paid dividends for the second half of the year. Obviously, coming back here, winning Wimbledon for the time, and I think he's going to have the same mindset this year. The crowd wanted a little more tennis for their tickets.
Love 15.
Another small chance for the Serbian here. Love 15, hit the return back, but not to be.
Here it is. Match point number
40-15.
A standing ovation.
6-4.
He got it when he came out on court, and he gets it right now. It was only an hour and 19 minutes of Federer, but we saw some purple patches, some majestic tennis. And unless you're a Serb, everyone's happy here.
Very much so. The start that he was looking for, the straight set win, long enough, and he has officially entered the championship in 2018.
This is 20th consecutive Wimbledon, and even Federer has not had many shorter matches than this.